Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you all the books that I plan on reading during my winter break. So I about have like a month in between when I finish my finals and when I have to start school over in the new semester. So that gives me a lot of time to sit down and read. Although I do have to do my research, it doesn't take up as much time as like schoolwork, and like when I come home I don't have to do like homework or other stuff. So like it's a good balance between work and reading, so I'm not complaining there. But these are the books that I plan on reading over the course of December and then kind of early into January. So these are ones that I'm really excited about and I have high expectations for. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So this is one that has been on my TBR for a while, and I promise you I will finish it by the end of the year. At the time that I'm filming this video on the 13th, I have not read it yet, so this is the one I will be picking up next, I promise. And it is Where the Crawdad Sings by Delia Owens. This is a book that was very popular over the summer and I just never got around to reading it. I think it's been on my TBR since like maybe September, October, so I've just kind of been pushing this book off, but I definitely will be picking this book up next, probably this weekend actually, because I feel like I just need to just do it. So yeah, I'm not even going to talk about this book because I've been talking about it enough. So this next book is one that won the Goodreads, one of the categories for 2019, so I thought I'd give this one a shot, and it's very short too. I have to pick it up from the library actually, so I don't have a physical copy of this one yet, and it's Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs, and it's written by a funeral director, and I feel like this is a very morbid book topic to discuss, but it basically talks about death and like what happens to your body when you die biologically. Kind of goes into some of the questions that I feel like a lot of people have of like what happens to your body like when it goes to the funeral home and all of that stuff, because death is very much like a taboo, I feel like, in society. We all are aware of it, but we don't talk about it. So I feel this one will kind of answer some of like the questions that you have, like what is your body doing when it's decaying, and kind of, from what I've read from the reviews, she mixes in humor, but she's very much being respectful of the dead, and I feel like that's a very kind of good way to approach this topic, because it's, like I said, it's very much uncomfortable for everyone, I feel like. So I feel this book will answer a lot of like the questions around death. So I don't know, I have high hopes for this, and the reviews of it are pretty good actually, so I'm excited for this one. Even though it is morbid, I feel like it will take an emotional toll, but I think it's just something that I feel like it's questions we all have, so we might as well kind of know. Next, this was a book that came out earlier this month that I am super excited for, and it is 9 Elms by Bryndza, and this is his new thriller series that he is coming out. So it follows a detective named Kate Marshall, who, this was like maybe 10 years ago when she was just starting out in the police force, and she ended up being involved in the investigation for the 9 Elms murder, and that investigation kind of blew up. No one really knew what happened, and it very much scarred her in her career. But 10 years later, when there's a copycat and strange occurrences that are kind of going on that are related to this murder, she kind of ends up kind of getting sucked into it again. So I'm really excited for this. I really love his Erica Foster series. I marathoned through it over the summer, and I really love his writing. It's incredibly fast-paced. So like I said, I have really high expectations for this, and just judging from the Kate character and just the general description I got from the back, I feel like she's gonna be a very complex character, so I'm really excited for that one as well. So this is the book that I plan on reading over Christmas, and so I have the Kindle version of this one because when we go home to Toronto, it's hard to travel with books, and because like you go home with the gifts that you're giving like your cousins and like the gifts that we're giving each other, and then you come home with the gifts you receive, so there's like just a ton of books and just like stuff in the car. So if I can just bring my Kindle with the book, that will probably last me the entire week that we're going to be there. I think that's pretty good. And so I want to reread this one actually, and I've been wanting to reread it for a while, but I feel like this is a perfect book to read over Christmas, and it is Harry Potter and the Order of Pheonix. I listened to the audiobook for The Goblet of Fire over the summer, and so obviously next I would have to read The Order of the Pheonix. So it has been oh my goodness, 12 years basically since I've read this, and for the first time. So it's been a while, and I feel like this one is, I feel like there will be a ton of stuff that I've forgotten, and I've noticed that when I was listening to the Goblet of Fire. So I'm really excited about kind of being back in Harry Potter's world. I feel like this is a good one to read over Christmas, just because I feel like Harry Potter just has, like, even though this one is thematically darker, I feel like it has kind of Christmassy vibes, and me and my sister are planning on rewatching all the movies together, so I feel like this one kind of goes along with it, so I'm really excited for that. And lastly, this is one I feel like I'll probably pick up in January, and this is the last book that I have on my TBR that I have not read yet, and so I've done really well with kind of I think it just worked out. I just got lucky in terms of finishing all the books basically by the end of the year that are on my TBR, so I'm very much happy about that. And so this one is Spitting Silver, and this is a book I actually picked up last Christmas when we were downtown in Toronto, and I saw this. I had like gift card for Indigo, so I was like, there's no Indigos in the States, so I will pick up this one. And this is a fairy tale retelling of Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know how to say it. I'm not I apologize. You know what I'm saying. It's one of the fairy tales. I don't know. I'm not familiar with that one. I can't. Rumpelstiltskin. I don't know. You probably are probably laughing, and I'm like, oh, Lex. But yeah, it's basically a retelling. A girl can turn things to gold or silver, and kind of goes off from there. But these are I read Uprooted a couple years ago, and it's a very dark atmospheric setting, so I'm very interested to see how this one is. I'm not, like I said, I'm not familiar with Rumpelstiltskin or whatever. I feel like if you're familiar with The Office, I feel like I'm mixing up what the original one is and Belschnickel from Dwight from The Office, so I feel like I'm just mixing up those two, so I apologize. Probably gave you guys a good laugh, but yeah, I feel like this one I really need to read, just because then I will be done with my TBR. I would be like, I'm very much proud of that. So yeah, I think this one will be dark and twisted and nice to read when it is just dark and cold outside. So I felt like this one was just setting the mood. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below what books you'll be reading over the holidays, and if you are in school, what books you plan on reading over break and all of that fun stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.